It's good to be back. Still looks pretty good, don't I say? Well, today, what I want to do is put down a fourth house. And as of right now, I already kind of know where it's going to go, and I kind of already know what it's going to look like, which should be fun. So obviously, we have the first house we did, very happy with. We have the second house I did, also very happy with. And we have the third house I did, which I wish I had rotated just like quarter of the way. I really wish the balcony was facing out, but I remember intentionally making the decision to face directly towards Caden's base. So, that's how it is. The fourth one that I'm going to build is going to go right around here. And I think it's going to be kind of a square. Because, we already have a circle. We kind of have two triangles. So I think a square would look pretty good right here. So I've been looking at a bunch of sort of older architectural styles in America. And the one that's been catching my eye the most recently has just been what is called the American Foursquare. So an example of how a Foursquare house works is you would take the box of the whole house. So we'll go 13 total. So, and then in the American Foursquare, what you would do is you would basically just go and take this and divide it into 4 squares. So that would be the layout. You'd have like, say, the living room and then dining room, kitchen, and then maybe, I don't know, a bedroom or a library or something. And then you'd have a second story that also has the same 4 squares as the different rooms. So maybe like 2 more bedrooms and, I don't know, something else. And then the outside is very customizable, but all of these were kind of designed so that you could build just a lot of them all at once. A lot of them for pretty cheap. You could basically order the parts all off of like a Sears catalog, $1,900 or something like that. And, it'd be 2 stories. It'd be fairly simple and very customizable past that. And I don't know, I've seen a whole bunch of the pictures of them, and I really just want to build one. So that's what I'm doing. So I think what I'm going to do is, since I know that the road is going to be somewhere in the middle here, I think I'm going to have the front of the house be here, and then a large kind of L-shaped wraparound porch coming off the front all the way to the side that faces the ocean. And I think it'll be pretty good. I've done a little bit of playing around in a creative world just to make sure that I got like the dimensions and all that about right. And I think we're going to go with tough for the base layer. Now, in the creative test I did, I used mangrove for the walls. I don't know if I'm going to do that because that's not a whole lot of mangrove, to be honest. Especially considering how much mangrove I've definitely used somewhere. I bet I have all of it down in the pit, don't I? Man, these still look so cool. Not actually a whole lot of mangrove. Plenty of red terracotta, which would also look pretty good. I could do warped. That'd be a fun color, wouldn't it? Ooh, that'd be cool. And now a slight tangent about frogs. So I don't know if you remember or not, but I built this entire thing because I wanted to have little axolotls down here in my subterranean bunker thing. And they're fine. They're cool. Whatever. They're, relaxed. The issue is that they don't really do anything, which I guess is fine. Because from what I've seen, it kind of seems like axolotls don't really do anything. They just kind of sit there and look derpy. They're cuddling. The annoying thing is that I also have probably over 10 of the toads in here, and they have a tendency... Are they in here? No. So there's one here. I think there was 1 or 2 down there. And if I come all the way down here, past my underground sugarcane farm, scaffold up this, all the way over here, jump over this, up here. They're just up here. It's incredibly annoying. There's so many of them. Why are they just here? It's kind of annoying. I'll tell you. I can't do anything about it. They just keep coming up this way. I've tried blocking up a couple of different directions, and it doesn't seem to change anything. They just find a new and more irritating way of getting away. I think part of it is that mobs kind of want to be at ground level, if you're talking about surface mobs, obviously. And toads would definitely fall into that category. So I think what they're trying to do is pathfind to the highest place in the cave that they can reach, which is why they're all way back there, tucked up in a little cave. And I see maybe like 3 of them around here occasionally. Yeah, it's that's about it. Anyway, I came down here for mangrove. I am unfortunately not the most organized player, and that always tends to come back and bite me at some point. I want it to be on the lighter side if I'm going to make it a something other than mangrove. Pale oak could be an interesting option. I don't have a lot of that around here as far as buildings go. I think Skye has a building kind of over there that I can't quite see from here. I would say spruce and dark oak are out. Birch wouldn't be a bad option. Oak wouldn't be a bad option. I kind of want to do a mangrove. I think I would probably hate doing it at a cherry. It wouldn't look bad. It's just, yeah, it's not my thing. Tell you what, we'll try for mangrove, and if that doesn't work out, then we will do something else. I think I've gathered everything that I need to get this started, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with this location, so I'm just going to go ahead and get this floor down. And then for the corners, I'm going to go up like this with the stripped logs, although that doesn't actually need to be those, does it, at all? And then on the sides, we're going to come in and do them like this. Hopefully that'll make it look like siding. That should look pretty good. And we're going to do the door in the smack dab in the middle. And to cover up that little section there with the logs, we're going to go ahead and do that. So I think we're going to go with windows probably around here. We'll take care of the other sides when we start getting to the detail parts, but for now, let's just get the second floor up. So we have the box down, and we have the little wraparound porch set up. So what I'm going to do is actually come in here and go ahead and break out the rest of the windows. And for now, I'm just going to put them in the same spot on every side. I might change them later. It kind of depends on the layout of the house itself. But for now, I think I'll do that. Actually, for the walls that don't have a door on it, I think I will actually bring them in one more block. And in my creative test world, I was playing around and then ended up using the dark prismarine for the roof sections. We don't have dark prismarine like readily available, so I will probably have to think of something else to do. Some of these might get closed up, some of them might just get moved. As of right now, I'm just trying to get generally what I'm looking for as far as the outside sort of just facade, I guess, until I come in and decide the actual floor plans. I might just stick to the literal 4x4 or a Foursquare layout. That might be kind of cool. But no, so because I don't have any dark prismarine available, I am actually going to use, I think deep slate tiles will be the best option for that. I kind of think I would prefer dark prismarine. It looks so good as like a roof. But the deep slate tiles should do just fine. It won't exactly give me the color pop that the sort of dark greenish blue thing will give me from the dark prismarine, but I think it is close enough. So you have this nice little wraparound porch, liking a lot. And for the roof, I'm just going to go ahead and get that up because that's just like whatever the one is called. What's it called? I actually went to Google the name because I was hoping it would have something cool, but nope, it's just the pyramid one. So we're going to find the middle here. Go up like that. I will use some dirt for scaffolding. Alright, how does that look? It's not exactly the same pop of color that I wanted, but okay, you know what? That's pretty good. It's a lot more distinguished than I think the other one I was going for, so that's going to be good. Next, we're going to need some oak. Pale oak, specifically. So for the fences, we are going to go 3 on each of these, which is going to hold up the canopy. Canopy is the wrong word. It's not going to be as flimsy as those. It's going to be more of like an awning. Okay, I definitely need one on the corner, because that's a little odd. I'd like to have that a little bit more symmetrical. And fortunately, that actually ends up working out in our favor. And then we're going to do that little trick, because fence gates, when they're connected to either side here, it's going to stick up a little bit more. However, on the front side, it's going to be down on the sides and then up in the middle, which gives it this really cool little bow. And I like that an awful lot. All right, now let's get this awning on. which I think is just going to be tile deep slate slabs, I think? Deep slate tile slabs. Okay. And then we're going to come up half a slab around here. And another half slab around there. And I think I'm just going to keep it flat on this level, because I don't want it to come up and meet that, and I don't want to try to... Although I guess I could bring it down and then do just 2 layers like that, and then another 2 like that. I could do that. I think I like the slope, though, so I might keep it the way it is. Now, I think next I need a whole bunch of pale oak trap doors, because what I want to do now is make a whole bunch of awnings for each of the windows. Now, obviously, for the ones under this level, under this roof, they're just going to have the regular shutters. I am getting so far ahead of myself, I completely forgot to put glass on my windows. Wait a second. I haven't even textured these walls yet. Okay. Man, I am I am really jumping the gun on this thing. So I'm going to leave the corner pillars exactly how they are. I'm not going to weather those at all. What I am going to do is come in and do a little bit of the thing that I like to do when I've got the little patterns that I tend to repeat. So I'm going to go ahead and, can't reach it from the inside, do that. And then for any of the window sides that I don't end up changing, I will be putting the strip mangrove that has the sides over. The one that's stupid to make. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's just stripped log. Oh, it's just called strip mangrove wood. Cool. So now comes what should be the fun part. So what I'm going to do is make a little awning for all of these windows. And what that's going to look like is I'm going to do those there. And that might be temporary. Those might stay. I don't know. Around the side. Nope. There you go. Nice. And I'm going to do that on all of the windows. All right, let's take a step back and take a look at what we got so far. Oh, look at that. It is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. I kind of wish I had gone with a different color for the wood, for the siding. It's a great color. It looks fantastic. But I think for a beach town, I think it probably should have been something a little lighter. So maybe if I had gone along the route of the warped fungus stem, that might have been a good idea. Or I will just build another one somewhere else, because, oh, it looks so good. The color scheme feels a little more Victorian to me, but I definitely like it. Oh, it's so good. It's so fun to build a real house, like using real blueprints and just actually building it in Minecraft. It's so cool. So for the side facing the beach, I think I'm going to build a little bit of a sort of a roof area, not roof area, kind of like on that one, where there's like a little nook. I think I'm going to do that here. And I think I need to go one more over, and that's going to be, let's see, let's go there, and up one more. Well, I was sitting here waiting for nighttime to come because I've done about as much of the house as I can do this episode. And I gotta say, I'm just loving it. I've been in a little bit of a slump this past week, maybe 2 weeks. I feel like I'm back. It's so good. So, what we got is this. Would you look at that? It is gorgeous. So, one thing that I did is I didn't like how much of the deep slate tiles there were, because one thing that's I'm kind of learning is that using one block isn't necessarily wrong. It's not wrong. However, what it can do is if you use too much of it, it kind of overpowers the other block. So in this example, we have the mangrove, which is already kind of a darker reddish block, and then we had a whole lot of the deep slate tile. But because of the amount of deep slate tile there was, it really made the dark come out of the red of the mangrove. So what I did is I took the pale oak and I decided to trim the entire roof edge, and that really seems to have taken care of it. I'm going to go into cheaty cam for a second, so just beware. But yeah, so what that kind of does is it minimizes the black, it sort of separates it, and then you get like that barrier between the very deep black and then the sort of dark red, and that kind of balances it out. I'm very happy with it. So, oh, man, I've been looking up a lot of turn of the century American architecture recently, which is kind of part of the reason that I built this house. Is just like, I just loved looking at all that old stuff so much, and then looking at like the all of the footprints or blueprints, and just, you know, looking at the style that they were at the time. I was like, man, that's so cool. So I built kind of a mock-up of a facade in my creative world. I just loved it. I loved it so much. And I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to put another house here, so why don't we just go ahead and do that? And we'll do it with the one that I'm currently obsessed with. So that's what we did. And oh man, it's so lovely. I love it so much. And what's really cool, whole lot of danger over there. What's really cool is that this style of house, and I mean really any of them that you're going to build in Minecraft, they are all so incredibly customizable. So in the blueprint that I was following, it just had a single porch on the front, but I was like, well, they're at the beach, they're going to want to wrap around, and if they have like a third floor, which I went ahead and did because, you know, there was space, it's like, well, they're going to want windows facing the beach, so you can do that. If I wanted to, I could build like a little, I don't know, back porch over here. I could do a whole bunch of stuff. It's just, the buildings are so incredibly modular. It's so fun. Oh man, I'm also now getting excited to like actually get around to finally working on finishing this little beach area, getting all the little shrubbery in, getting the pathways in, getting some of the little buildings in, adding some more palm trees all over the place so it's not just like confined to the sand dunes. It'll be all nice. It'll be so good. And I'm so excited to keep doing that. But unfortunately, that is all that I've got for today. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. I've been Chuck Ross. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.